Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm WolfStalker25, and today I got a new video for you guys. It's me, my buddy Andrew from over at AndyBPlays, and his brother John. We're discussing the new Pokemon Scarlet and Violet second trailer, talking about all the new Pokemon, our thoughts, our opinions on everything that's going to happen in these games, where we'd like certain things to be. It's just basically a breakdown, almost podcasty style, where we're just going back and forth, watching the trailer, talking about things, pausing in certain parts. Kind of like my solo breakdown yesterday, but it's with a group, and we discussed a little bit more. So hopefully you guys enjoy. It is quite long, so if you are interested in watching it, would greatly appreciate it. As always, would appreciate a like and subscribe if you do enjoy the video, and you are new here and haven't done so already. With the subscribe, does help me out a ton. Do greatly appreciate it. If you want to follow me over on Twitter and the game, not the gameplay, the review channel, links are in the description below. I'm really excited for these games. Hopefully all you guys are too. Let me know in the comments below, what's your favorite Pokemon revealed so far out of these 8, between the 3 starters, the 2 legendaries, Smoliv, Palmy, and Lechonk. So let me know all that in the comments below, and hopefully you guys enjoy our discussion, breakdown, review. Leave any questions or your thoughts, what you think is going to happen in the game, in the comments too. But I'll catch you guys in the next one, whenever the next video is. But hopefully you guys enjoy everything, and I'll see you next time.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. Look at those crappy looking trees though.
Oh, calm down.
Look at these jaggy graphics.
Yeah.
I'm so disappointed.
Yeah. I love it.
Chad Professor.
2 professors.
Yeah.
Do you guys know what starter you're picking?
I'm leaning towards cat right now, as long as it stays on all 4s.
Yeah. I'm still kind of torn. I think I want the pepper crocodile. Look at that little new guy.
Yeah, the Pika clone.
Yeah, of course. Power of science. Science.
I
Meet up with
completely
your
love
friends.
this feature.
I hope. What?
What's up?
I was gonna say, I hope this is legit. I hope this 4-player co-op thing is cool.
I wish they would have explained it more.
Yeah.
We got 6 months, man. 6 months of
True.
this cycle leading up to the game's launch. I think we're gonna get plenty of information.
Yeah, most likely. But I just wish they would have explained the multiplayer, because I've been racking my brain all day with all the different scenarios that could happen with it. And, like,
I love this guy, Lechonk.
yeah, Lechonk.
Aptly named.
Yeah.
Choodle. Still
I was
happy
watching
that they
this
brought that back.
I think the Pokedex in this looks pretty sick so far from what we've seen, but I was watching this at work with a couple of coworkers, and they all thought that Choodle was a new Pokemon, and I was like, guys, no.
It's been out for like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Actually, wait,
Not play Sword and
3?
Shield? 2019, yeah, 3 years.
Yeah.
So glad. Look at that. Gyms are back. We assumed.
Yeah. They haven't really said, which is one of the things that has me worried, especially with the co-op option.
Yeah. I'm really curious to see what that's going to be like. Not actual game footage, in case you couldn't tell.
Yeah.
I love it when they
I
do
wish
that.
this was game footage.
I know. Maybe one day.
Yeah. We'll get there when we get like
When we
the
get the
next.
adult Switch.
Yeah. Like 2 models down the road, the next
Yeah.
2 consoles. When they finally get up to par with what the Xbox like One was at.
Yeah.
You know, for me, what would have made that ending better is if one of them was Mufasa.
Simba.
I like the box art a lot too.
Yeah.
Box art is good.
Yeah, it's gonna look real nice.
Okay, out of the two legendaries, which one do you prefer more?
The purple.
Purple, violet. Okay,
Yeah.
I don't know.
that's the one I'm leaning towards as well.
Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely getting the dual pack.
Same.
But 100% gonna play Violet first. Unless out of everyone that I'm talking to, like friend-wise, unless like everybody doesn't play Scarlet and everybody plays Violet,
Well,
I will take one for the team and play Scarlet.
well, from what I've seen online, they've said that these games are like entirely open world where you're not limited by the story on where you could go.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, if there are gyms, can I go to any gym I want first? And if that's the case, do they scale? And does each gym team essentially have 8 different teams if there are 8 gyms? Where you could go to anyone first and the team is different if they're first, last, second, third, wherever. So
Yeah.
if that's the case, these games could be very replayable.
It's true. That's true. I assume and I imagine it's gonna scale. I think it's
Yeah.
gonna have to if it really is gonna be as big of an open world like that where you can go to any of the gyms at a time. Because I just don't see that. I can't see them. Because when did they start making these games? Like that's a lot of time. I feel for them to do 8 different scenarios for each gym leader.
Yeah. I would assume the games have probably been in production for at least over...
Okay, hold on. Go back a little bit. Pause it on that battle menu real fast.
Okay.
I'm torn. I don't know how I feel about it. It
Yeah.
looks so bland and boring.
Yeah, it definitely looks like it's cut all the shortcuts out for, like, use Pokeball, like the other ones that we've seen always before. It's like, just hit X and you could throw your last Pokeball you've used type thing.
Yeah.
I think Legends Arceus had a shortcut for, like, B was run, A was battle, I think X was bag, and Y was, like,
Yeah.
X was Pokeball, Y was, like, the check status one or something like that, or it was like those were flipped. But it seems like a lot of shortcuts are just missing. And it does look very bland, kind of.
Yeah. It's weird. Like I think this is like the ugliest of all of the generations in my opinion.
It looks
I don't-
clean, but it
Yeah.
does look very boring.
I don't like the gray boxes and stuff like that. I don't know. It's just something about it. It's just really, really weird. I do really like the fact that it's kind of like Arceus, where it's not just like from over the shoulder view.
Yeah.
You know, from our side, like it looks like it's gonna pan around. Now, are we gonna be able to run around like you could in Arceus?
I don't know. I am very curious about that feature. If I could just, like, pick up and just run away and be like, I don't want to fight you anymore, and just run off. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm assuming because of where the health bar is on Lechonk, I'm guessing they're gonna make it like Legends to where you could have battles, since we've seen previously with... where was it? Where was that dumb little snotball grass type that they show?
Right there.
Yeah, with this. Where is it? Here, show me. Yeah, like how we see multiple here. I'm
Yeah.
assuming it's like Legends, where if they're all close and it's an aggressive Pokemon, if you engage one, I'm assuming it's going to be like a 4v1, like how
Okay.
Legends has it. So I'm
Yeah.
assuming that's why that health bar is like it is with the Piggy, because they want to show it above each individual Pokemon.
Okay.
And that's why yours is
Okay.
probably down here,
Right.
if
That
I had
makes
to
sense.
guess.
Yeah. And I do like seeing the health bar above it, you know, like in Arceus, because it's very traditional RPG, you know, where you see like the boss's health bar and stuff like that. I love that. I think that looks really nice. But again, I don't know. It just looks weird.
I think it's off-putting because the level 2 and the female symbol are above the Pokemon's name, instead of maybe being like level 2
Below it?
Lechonk female or something like
Yeah.
that, like all in one line. And I think
Right.
the reason it's not in one line is probably just because certain Pokemon names are so long, they don't want it like overtaking the health bar,
Yeah.
because they want it to be like kind of, I don't know, but it does look weird. Like, I wish the black bar just ran over past the gender symbol or something, instead of just
Yeah.
like cutting off in a very awkward spot. Or if that
Yeah.
black bar was just around the name too, and it was just a black like box.
Right. Now obviously this isn't final. You know, this
Yeah.
could change. This is just a little tech demo that they have put together for us so we can finally see what this game looks like. So this might not even be what it looks like at the end. They might change some colors, they might change some fonts, stuff like that. But yeah, it's
True.
You wanna continue on with the video?
Yep.
So far I'm digging a lot of the new Pokemon that we've seen. Even the
Yeah.
little snot grass type that you were
Now-
talking about.
I really like this here. The fact that the kid has a... there it is, a Tauros on his shirt.
Oh yeah, it's cool.
So I'm hoping that means he's in the game.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been seeing leaked rumors that he's supposed to maybe get an evolution, which would be sick.
So are those right there? Are those Pokemon centers, you think?
So, yeah, so this is what I would assume is going to be, they're all over the place. It's a Pokemon Center in the middle, obviously the red. I assume the blue is Pokemart. I don't know what green is.
Trading,
Green,
maybe?
it might, what'd you say?
Trading, maybe? Like a World Trade Center sort of thing?
Maybe. I'm assuming that would just be like in your inventory though.
Yeah,
Like
that's how
you
it's been
could
in old
just,
games,
yeah.
yeah.
And I would assume with the cooperative feature now, I could just walk up to you, hit A on you, and like initiate a trade in the world.
True, yeah, true.
Since the trading we've seen kind of, it looked very seamless now, at least from the animation. So I don't know if that green symbol is something new. You never know. Maybe it's like each of these like Poke Center things have like individual shops that are only for like each one. They have like certain items at this one specifically. Maybe it's a clothing option. Maybe it's PC.
TMs, HMs.
Yeah, TMs, HM shop, move relearner, move deleter. Who knows?
There you go.
It could just be a lot of options here, but that symbol almost looks like a light bulb, whereas that's a Pokeball. That looks like a bag. That looks like a light bulb. So it's kind of like, it's questionable what it is.
Maybe it's like a help thing. Like,
it could be.
I forgot how to do this. Go to this little spot. It'll reteach you how to do whatever.
Yeah, it could be a multiple things. Some people have also, I've been seeing some people online saying maybe it's where you go to initiate the co-op feature.
Yeah, okay, I can see that.
But I could also see that being just in like a Y menu, like you just open it up and enable that. I don't know.
That's how it was in Sword and Shield, right? You just kind of
you just enabled Wi-Fi and then you just started seeing people, even though you couldn't really interact with them. You at least seen them, I guess. I'm assuming this multiplayer is going to be a lot more real time.
I hope so.
But I've also seen people theorize though with this that this looks like a gas station instead of just like, because it's all over the place. It's not just like in one spot. They say it kind of looks like a little gas station with like the overhang and everything.
Yeah. What were you gonna say, John?
My first thought was cafe.
True.
Oh yeah, it could be a cafe too. Yeah.
Now
and here they are trading.
Yeah.
By the
See,
way. This is
like
a pretty seamless trade.
this is the very like, and what I would assume, since it seems like this is Scarlet trading away. So obviously we see here this is Larvitar and Bagon. Bagon's coming from the right. This is coming from the left. Scarlet seems to be on the left most of the time. This is supposed to be on the right. So I'm guessing Larvitar is Scarlet exclusive. Bagon's Violet.
It's nice to see Tyranitar and Salamence coming back.
So here's a little fun fact that I found out today. Venonat has not been in a regional Pokedex since Johto.
No way. Really?
Yeah. So this is the first time in over 20 years that he's been in a regional dex and not just like bonus, like post-game dex or whatever.
That makes me want to train him now. I want to train a Venonat and have it on my...
But there's a lot of Pokemon here that we see returning. I think I did the math earlier, and it's like 6 Kantos that we have so far. I think 3 or 4 Johto, 3 or 4 Hoenn, and then it's like 3 Sinnoh, 3 Unova, 3 Kalos, 3 Alola after that. And I think also 3 Galar.
How much of this just sounds like nonsense to you, John? He's just naming off different things.
Well, when you guys were getting into like it has been 20 years, I was trying to figure out. I was like, man, what is this like? Is that like a Star Wars moment? To what level was that oh my god, that's amazing.
It's not like it's anything super amazing or fantastic. It's just interesting that Venonat hasn't been used in the main game for over 20 years, and he's one of the original 151. You'd think he would have been in something at some point. I never even thought about that. That's
like funny. He's there, but he's only like the National Dex edition in the post game, where you could find him. He's nowhere in the actual main roster.
I could have swore I caught that thing in Pokemon Go.
That's Pokemon Go, which
Let's Go is
Kanto,
Kanto, so
Pokemon Go is canon. What are you guys talking about?
Are you saying Let's Go or are you saying Go?
Go.
Oh, well, that doesn't count.
No.
That's not main series. But
You guys don't know nothing about Pokemons.
so these guys are pretty cool though. I think
Yeah,
I do like the look of them.
They look like Digimon, but
they
I'm
do.
for it.
They
I'm
do.
100% for it.
I've seen
And
a lot of
like,
people complain about the jets on this one, but I love the jet look on him.
I do too. Honestly, I'm so for it. That's why I want to go with Violet because he looks the coolest.
Uh-huh.
But what do you think the typing? What do you think the typing are? Oh, sorry. What John? What were you saying?
I really like not the one with the jets. It looks like a
Motorcycle?
no. I was gonna say like a mythical kind of dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely
I-
dragon something.
They're both
really-
dragons, that's for sure.
Okay.
I've been seeing rumor leak online that the red one is dragon fighting and that
Weird.
the purple one is dragon electric, which
Okay.
it totally looks like it.
Yeah. Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Like unless it's dragon steel, but I see more electric themings here, especially because its
Mhm.
eyes. If you get a look on its eyes, it is pixelated.
Yeah.
So it
Oh.
looks like it's like a mech dragon. Now I've been seeing other theories that this game is going to be very like possibly time travel oriented.
Yeah.
That's why when you look at the professors here, she looks very like primitive and
Yeah.
like almost like caveman-esque style, and he's
Yeah.
in like a futuristic techie jumpsuit
Yeah.
or whatever. And then when you look at the legendaries here,
Huh.
he's
Yeah.
very primal.
Yeah.
He's super techie. So I've been seeing that kind of theory, which is very interesting. And one other theory I've been seeing is that these legendaries are possibly going to be like the new ride gimmick. If you look here, I guess this looks like, I don't know if you can see my cursor, but
Yeah.
it looks like a handlebar here and then a seat right here. And then this guy's got a big chunk and wheel in his chest. So people are kind of speculating that these guys might be like ride Pokemon that transform into like some sort of motorbike or whatever form, which kind of references, where is it? I don't know where it's at in this trailer. There's a scene where it looks like two flags, and people say it looks like racing flags. So
I have a theory on that we'll get to here in a second.
Let's skip ahead a little bit.
I think it's back more. I think it's like
Is it?
pretty. Yeah, it's right there. Right?
Did I
Is that what
pass
you're talking
it?
about?
No. I don't know where it's at, but that's kind of why I brought up the gas station thing for the Pokemarts, because people are thinking there's a very like race-oriented thing, and that's why they're like, it seems very motorbikey. That there's like two what look like racing flags. It looks like that's a gas station. I don't know.
I just want to point out that the sprites look amazing. Like the
Yeah.
character models, they look so good. The sprites look good. Like I'm really, really happy about that. Like
The clothing looks
they-
goofy, but on this kid, your trainer, but
yeah. I'm just glad that it's not like in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, where like in the overworld you look, like really tiny,
yeah.
and then you go into the battle and you look normal. But my theory is these are two rival schools.
Yeah,
For sure. I think that's going to be a big part of the story. I really enjoy what you're saying about the time travel thing. I didn't really think too much about that. I mean, it'd be cool, but I honestly don't know if it's going to be time travel. I think it's two separate schools. One just so happens to focus on more primal-esque, teachings. They're not as advanced as the other school. And maybe, this is a long shot, but maybe there are school-type elements in this game that are borrowed from Persona and Fire Emblem Three Houses, and maybe you can have like some sort of like friendship level or something like that with your Pokemon, and you like play through different mini games in school and do different types of stuff like that.
Yeah, I can definitely see it being more along that line instead of time travel, because to me, time travel almost doesn't make sense because everything in the world looks the same still.
Exactly. That's why I was like, I don't know if we could
Like,
I mean,
oh, there's the racing flags.
oh yeah, I see them. Okay.
Yeah, so that's what people are thinking. They're thinking this is like some sort of racing flag type thing. I don't know.
Of course, there's Pikachu.
It's
Now,
always
I want to ask John. So you are our resident non-Pokemon fan. I mean, you
That's
like
true.
Pokemon. That's but you're not like Wolf and I,
No.
where we are in
Addicts.
love with Pokemon addicts. Yes. What are your thoughts on all of this? This is going to be your second. Well, no, you played Arceus as well. This will be your third main
Yeah.
franchise installment into Pokemon. What are you thinking about this? Are you getting excited? Are these building hype for you? What are your thoughts right now?
Right now, I'm actually more concerned. I just wish I could have seen more of the gameplay. Not that I dislike turn-based, but more to the fact that I just really liked what they did with Arceus, and it could still be in there, and they're just not showing us. And I'm actually thinking they did that on purpose, because I think the number one question is for all Pokemon fans. Well, are they going to do it like they did Arceus? And sure enough, they don't let you know at all. And it's just continuing to create a sort of tension and hype of, man, like because we still don't know now. Like we've seen some things and we've gotten some clues, but we don't know. So I'm actually, I guess, cautious because this is right now like the graphics and whatnot. To me, they seem pretty on par with Arceus, and maybe I'm just off on that. But
I think they look better than Arceus.
But the thing of it is regardless of how it looked, regardless of the story, the gameplay of Arceus really carried it. I feel like it was a step in the right direction, but it was a really good step, and I'm concerned that won't be present this time. So this trailer actually did a little bit of the opposite for me, in that it did not get me hyped. It has made me worried now, actually. So I'm really hoping that in the next 2 weeks we'll get another trailer and maybe a gameplay trailer through Nintendo. Being that summertime, usually this is the time where the companies show off their products.
Okay, one thing I wanted to say: welcome to being a Pokemon fan, because they do that every new game cycle.
Yeah.
They
Okay.
show off 1 or 2 trailers, and they just kind of demonstrate a little bit of stuff. But you really don't know until like you're 3 months out from the game coming out. That's when you really know the meat and potatoes of the game. And like Wolf, I know you rewound it to that certain part right there. That was very Arceus style.
Yeah, so this part has me very confused. You're walking up, creeping up like Arceus, but they don't show you anything else on screen, no UI aspects, so we don't know how battles engage. But then it cuts to the encounter, and then you're throwing a ball immediately. So
yeah.
it makes me think that like they're cutting out the showing of the battle that happens there. If I had to guess, I originally thought in my video review reaction breakdown earlier that I did, I thought that it was going to be Legends style capturing mechanics. Now I'm almost backpedaling and thinking it's not, that you can't just throw a ball just at a Pokemon. I think it's going to be you encounter it, and maybe you could just flat out throw a ball right off the beginning. Maybe capture rates are like lower or whatnot, but I feel like it's most likely going to be you walk up, smack into that Pokemon, and then that's the encounter, and then you get the option to capture it.
That's kind of what I'm thinking too. I think it's going to give you the option to either battle or just straight up capture, because this game isn't like Arceus where the game's built around building a Pokedex. This game, to me, seems like it's the traditional style Pokemon game where you are going out battling like this Pokemon to level up to then go on and take down the Pokemon League and challenge them and stuff like that. So I think they give you the option, like an Arceus, to just throw a ball. I think it's kind of silly to make you go into a prompt, though, if they're going to do that. I think they should have just still had the option to just throw a ball, and then you could you know, or just throw your Pokemon out like they did before. But I don't know. It's because then there's like certain parts of this game where it looks like your Pokemon can follow you. Like
And
later
then
on, we're gonna see Pikachu, but then there's other parts where you're running by yourself. So it's like, can you not? Like kind of like what John said. Like they're not showing us enough. They're just kind of like dangling a carrot in front of our face.
Teasing a lot of stuff.
Ha.
Like
that's all this was. It's a giant tease.
Like the multiplayer aspect is a giant question to me of how does it work? Because like in Sword and Shield, the wild area, as soon as you beat the game, was immediately level 60.
Yeah.
If I go play this with someone, and like let's say the three of us are playing, and I've beaten the game, I've rushed through it, one of you guys is halfway through at Gym 4, one of you guys is just getting started, and we're all playing together. If I am out in the wild, are all my encounters what you guys see at level 1? And if that's the case, is there just stuff you just can't get? Like you guys can't get, but I could capture? Is something gonna be level 60 for me in the wild, but then level like 2 for you guys?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Is there gonna be like, because like my thought process is if I'm in a battle and I encounter something aggressive, like let's say for some reason Pikachu's aggressive and I find a little group of like 4 sitting together and I encounter one, but it's a 1v4 battle, they're all attacking me.
Yeah.
If you walk on by, do you see me actively in battle with those 4 Pikachus? And can you walk up and just chuck a Pokemon out and join battle and make it a 2v4 then? And if that's the case, if I'm in the post game and my wild Pokemon are super high level, what does that make them for you? Can you help battle then at that point? Or do you get the option to capture? Like, there's so many very variable questions that come to that.
So one thing that it makes me think of is like Pokemon Stadium style, where say you go into battle a friend and you've got level 100 Pokemon, it automatically puts everybody to level 50 for that battle if you're doing certain battles. Maybe it's something similar to this. Let's say hypothetically, Wolf, for the sake of this conversation, like you said, you've rushed through the game, you've got a team of level 100s, you've got 6 of them, and you come into one of our games. What if it automatically just makes your levels to our level? But it'd be silly though, because what if you have like Quaxles or Quaxley or whatever its name is, third evolution, and your game is level 100, but in ours it's level 1 because you're playing against ours. And then like, how does the experience work? Because then I was thinking, is it going to be something similar to like Borderlands? You know, like where if I join your game, we're playing against your enemies. Yeah. But if you join my game, you're playing against my enemies. Like, yeah, it's a very good point I didn't even think about.
It's very confusing.
So I think much like last time, you know, let's just steal from Monster Hunter. That's basically how Monster Hunter works, right? So there are like you can get paired up with someone that's super high level, and they can join a mission to go capture, you know, this lower level, and this dude with his giant sword and buffed out character can kill it in one swing, and then you get the same rewards as they do. Well, actually, that's not necessarily how that works, but like you get randomized rewards, which is, you know, you basically take elements from that monster to make new weapons to fight bigger monsters, and that's your cycle. So you know, I could easily see it being like, you know, if we join Wolf and he's super high level and he's trying to fight something and I'm just starting out, right? I throw my Pokemon out there, he's gonna get hit once and he's gonna die, or faint. Sorry.
Now there's another weird question that I've got too, is the spawning. For example, there's version exclusive Pokemon always. It's the draw, the version exclusives. If we're playing, does this game make Pokemon spawn like Legends Arceus, where there's just set zones where there's Pokemon always roaming in those spots? And now my thought process is if I see that group of 4 Pikachus all together, if I walk up and I decide to capture one, does that make 3 Pikachus left for me and 3 Pikachus for you guys? Or there are always 4 Pikachus for you guys too? But if that's the case, how does version exclusives work? Does it make it to where you just don't see the, like, let's say Larvitar in Violet? If I'm playing Scarlet, do I see a Bagon in its place? Or does it make it to where if you're playing co-op, does it unlock a bonus feature of now if there's a Scarlet and Violet person playing co-op together, you get the full spawn table in the overworld where you don't need that version exclusive to trade because you've got a Scarlet person with you. You then now have Bagon spawning in the world where it would be for a Scarlet person and Larvitar spawning for a Violet, and you could just walk up and find it because you're in co-op now.
I think that what it's going to do is, let's say Scarlet had Larvitar.
Yeah.
And me and John were playing Violet, and we came into your game. You were playing Scarlet. We would see Larvitars because you're the host game.
Okay.
So we could catch Larvitar. So that way we wouldn't have to trade because it's in your world, in your game. So then if you came into ours and we were in that same location, I think we would then find Bagon and you would be able to catch that. I think that's probably how they're going to do the exclusivity. So that way you don't have to worry about trading. You can just go to your friend's game. But I honestly think we're overthinking all of this. It's gonna, like, we are talking about things that would be ideal.
Yeah.
But we have to remember this is the Pokemon Company. We have to remember this is Game Freak. And we have to remember Sword and Shield. We ended up getting something really great at the end of the DLC. You know, that co-op was awesome. That multiplayer was fantastic. I can't, like... I just can't see this multiplayer being something great. I want to be able to enjoy and explore the world with you guys and be able to like battle things and do stuff like that, but I feel like it's going to be designated things that you can do together. I don't think you can just play this game cooperatively with your friends. Yeah. I think there's going to be certain things, just like in Sword and Shield, where yeah, it was 4-player co-op, but it was a mission.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like it's going to be something like that. I just can't see them pulling, you know, this really cool cooperative gameplay out of their butt and it being good. I don't know. I just feel like, I guess I'm jaded. I'm just kind of frustrated. Like, I think, again, don't get me wrong, I think these games look awesome. I'm so excited for these. I think this is a step in the right direction. Finding the success of Arceus Legends and just the success of Pokemon. You know, like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it sort of thing. And obviously, if this franchise has lasted for as long as it has, it continues some of the best games on the Nintendo console, they're doing something right. So I am imagining that these games are just going to be insane if they can pull it off. But again, I think with the multiplayer feature, I don't expect anything fantastic.
Yeah, I'm very, very concerned with the multiplayer, I will say.
Yeah.
Just because they didn't explain it.
Right, exactly. And we'll see more, and Joe from Cerebi will be all over it. He's like every day we're probably getting new information, Coro leaks, et cetera, et cetera. And obviously A Drive, he's gonna stuff like that, but I don't know. So let's go around the horn real quick. I am hyped. We know, John, you are cautiously optimistic.
Very cautiously. Optimistic.
Well, you played Sword and Shield, right?
Yes.
You enjoyed it, right?
I did. I made fun of everyone who like hated on it, and then like they put 100 hours into it. Like at some point, you gotta give it. You gotta give it its due at some point. Like you put 100 hours into it. Come on, the game did something right. You can't. I don't know. That feels silly to me. But that's the thing, right? It's like I don't love that game, but for my first playthrough of a Pokemon game, like yeah, it was fine. It was it had a certain charm to it. Is usually is how I say it. Like it had a certain charm to it and it was kind of fun. This is gonna sound like a dig, but it's not. It was fun to like kind of just turn my brain off and then just go through the motions of the battle. But what would break that immersion is, man, all I gotta do is just sit here and press A, and the story is not quite good enough to like carry this. So it was really all up to the charm and me like not having something else that I wanted to play. And yeah, I just Arceus was kind of what I had been waiting for with a Pokemon game, and now it seems like it might not be back in I don't know. It's kind of disheartening a little bit. But maybe that'll be its own thing. It'll be its own series, and in a year we'll get an announcement trailer for Arceus 2.
Yeah, I'm kind of in that same boat where Sword and Shield to me was very like, it was like Sun and Moon, to where it's good for a one-time playthrough. The first time through it is really good. You have fun with it. After that, the game is so hard to replay, in my opinion, because they're so linear. They're so dedicated to that story that it's not skippable. That's why this game being open world and apparently supposed to be like, you could go anywhere, you could do anything in any order you want, supposedly. Kind of like Legends in a way. Legends was still tailored to its story, but you could still go to your open world in the Obsidian Fieldlands or whatever, the first area, and you could spend 100 hours there before you progress in the game and capture and evolve literally everything. There's no limitation. I think that's kind of what we're getting here, is a mix of both. There is a story, but it's kind of like Legends to where you do it in your bit. But it is still Sword and Shield-esque, where there's gonna be big story beats, like probably an evil team that you gotta deal with every once in a while. Obviously the gyms, and hopefully the gyms and the Elite Four, but I would say I'm ridiculously excited for this game. This is probably the most excited I've been for a game, but I think I could be the most let down by these games. Just because there's so much that just seems like it's just not explained here at this point. Like, I have so many questions about the multiplayer. I have so many questions if there are gyms. How does this, all this scaling work with multiplayer? Is there like a bonus to playing cooperatively? Like I said, like, does it, like, do you just get Scarlet and Violet Pokemon spawning because you're playing co-op? Do you get more XP? Could you do gym battles in like a 2v2 format as co-op?
Yeah.
Like, there's just too many questions I still have that they did not explain here, and we probably won't know until like August.
Yeah, that's true. Like I said, that's welcome to being a Pokemon fan,
Yeah.
Sucks, but I don't know. I'm excited, but I think that's really all we got.
Yeah. I will ask though, what's your guys' opinion on all the 5 Pokemon that I guess 8 Pokemon that we've seen? Out of the starters, they have Lechonk. Let's see, this one was Smoliv, so it's supposed to be like a small olive. And then we have this little guy here, which your rival friend has, which is named Palmy. The little Pikachu, that's Palmy. And then the legendaries are both, the red one is Koradon, and then the purple one is Miraidon, or whatever. It's basically the same spell.
They've got very similar names.
Yeah. My thought process on them is that they're essentially going to be a split evolution. I think there's going to be a baby that we get, or I'm hoping that you get very early, like Cosmog. And depending on what game you're in, obviously it will evolve into one or the other. One being very future-y, one being very primitive.
Interesting. That's
kind of my hope. But the other theory that people have is that it's just the same Pokemon, essentially, but one is the future version, one is the past version. I don't know.
I could see that. I could see the similarities there. I don't know. I'm excited. I think I like the new guys, the new Pokemon that I've seen so far. I'm curious to see how many there's going to be, in this Pokedex and stuff like that. But I don't know. I'm definitely Lechonk is going to be on my team. That's for sure. Got to get that O-Pig.
Which one's your favorite out of the 8, John?
I mean, it's got to be, it's a dead even tie between Lechonk and Caridion, Mystical Dragon.
Okay.
Mystical Dragon.
Yeah, I think my favorite right now is Miraidon or whatever, the purple one. I think that's my favorite at the moment, followed by probably Sprigatito, the grass cat.
Yeah. See, there it is right there, following behind.
Yeah, see, like, this is where they're following.
Yeah.
But then no more.
I know.
Because that's one thing, if you remember back to Legends, your Pokemon essentially couldn't follow you. The second you got too far from it when it was out of its ball, it just went back in.
Yeah.
But BDSP and Sword and Shield added following. I guess Sword and Shield was in the DLC area, but it was very slow. The animations were not the best. They constantly couldn't keep up in BDSP and would despawn, respawn. So I don't know. I wonder how they'll deal with it, if they do it at all.
Yeah, that's a great question. Guess we'll just have to wait and find out. The Summer Games Fest, if we see anything else for this game.
I feel like
won't be until the end of summer.
I feel like the next bit of news is end of July, mid-August. I don't think we see anything for a while now. I feel like it's going to be a 2-month gap before we hear anything else.
Just like it was from when we saw the initial trailer, right? So,
I don't think we got news in, what was it, February?
Yeah.
January? No, it wasn't January. It was like February or March, something like that.
Yeah. Crazy.
I don't know.
Crazy.
November 18th, though.
Yeah.
Long time.
Can't wait. Did you see the one last thing before we call it quits? Did you see how gorgeous the dual pack looks if you buy them both? I don't know. I just love that dual pack look. I love the design. I love the scarlet. I love the violet color. Just
I love the box arts. I think the box arts are, if they keep what these box arts are at the end here, I think they're probably some of the best box arts they've ever had.
Yeah.
If they keep, let's see, are you gonna transition it? Yeah. If they keep this,
those are really good.
that is probably some of their best box arts they've ever done. Like Sun and Moon was pretty good for box art, I think. Sword and Shield was very lame. But these are pretty dang cool.
Can't wait. November 18th. Yeah. Let's go.
I need now. It's Pokemon time now.